Hello everybody, and welcome to my first ever gameplay commentary. I am going to be playing the medic this round. I am going to be using the Blute Saga, the Quick Fix, and I believe it is the Uber Saw. I'm going to be healing up my team, helping them out, and I'm going to be in direct communication with my team, basically the entire game, which is why you'll see my little icon popping up, but you will be unable to hear me as I did not record my in-game commentary. This is post-commentating on the video, and you're also going to hear my teammates talk, which is very good. You want to be in direct communication at all times if you're going to play medic. And right now I'm just building up some Uber, running around asking who wants the Uber charge, because of course I'm going to need to give it to a power class if I expect to get some good assists off of this and stop their push. Hopefully pick off their medic or someone really valuable, so that way they will not have an Uber to counter with. And I'm figuring out that I'm going to most likely give it to Sinclair because he is a soldier, and the only other power classes were a demo and a soldier with the rocket jumper, which will not do very good if I kritzed him. I would probably get scolded by my team, even though I did make the joke that I would do it, and I just did not end up doing it. So I popped the crits right here. We easily take down that scout, of course, and they seem to be retreating to their spawn, but I think he picks off the medic right there, but then I still see the beam, so I'm not sure exactly who he got there. I thought he'd be able to get the medic. I get pretty low on HP, so I decided to retreat, healing people as I retreat back. I'm asking my team and my engineer if they have a dispenser up. It does not seem like they do, so I'm staying back here, letting my automatic health regen take place, but I'm going to get a little bit less because of my Blute Saga. But it will help me later on. I see that this sniper is taking damage, and oh no, I try to go and heal him, and I easily get popped off by the, what is that gun called? It is the piss gun, the Girardi gun. The Sydney Sleeper, that is. I'm warning my team right here that that is not me, because I obviously just died, and that guy has been disguising as me for the past 2 or 3 rounds, so we were all pretty aware that he was disguising as medics, and they were always spy checking, and I was talking most of the time, so they would know instantly. So I finally respawned thanks to the engineer's teleporter. I'm healing up this pyro here, trying to make sure that this sentry gun is not pushed and killed. The soldier jumps on down. We decided to heal him all up so that way he can get back into the fight. I see the spy and I figure maybe I can hit him, get a little bit of Uber charge off him, but sadly he was disguised, so I was not able to get the Uber off of that. Sinclair come running up here. I'm telling him that I've got him. I'll keep him healed up. He needs to continue pushing back into the fight, because your teammates will usually run up with you if you tell them that you are going to go up and heal him, which is a very good strategy that you need to do if you're going to be a medic. Is first of all, you're going to need team communication. You have to let your team know what's going on, and you have to let your team know when you're ready, when you're not ready, when you know what's going to happen. Right here, you also have to know when to fight. Now, I'm not saying go out there and battle all the time, but because I went out there and fought, I was able to stop the car from being pushed by the engineer. But sadly, the spy comes in when the engineer and I are both dead, easily being able to zap that sentry. No one's going to be able to repair it. And then they Uber onto the cart, which means they are easily going to be able to push it. Now, Sinclair here is doing some very good dodging, but I finally respawn. And back to the point is that you definitely want to be in direct communication with your team the entire time, so that way they know where you are, when you're near them, when they should retreat, when they should fall back, and make sure that you know that your team can be healed. Now right here, I am trying to stand in the sentry to block shots from that other engineer, so that so our team engineer can get that sentry up. And then I see a spy. I decide I can hit him a couple times. Undisguised. Unfortunately for their team, now that he's undisguised, I was able to get Uber. I decided to do a taunt here, but I did not know my engineer would come up to me that low on health, and I accidentally let him die. I did not mean to. I just figured that I had 70% Uber, and I did not want to die, so I had to do a taunt and on the health pack to save me from burning alive. I tell the soldier here that if he pulls away his equalizer, I'll easily be able to heal him and get some nice supercharge percentage off him. I see that sentry gun there, but the soldier pulls out his equalizer once again, stop me from healing. I'm letting my team know right now that I have got the Uber charge and that we are going to need to push this. I see this guy has the biggest bazooka, and I figure he's the only one pushing, so I'm going to give it to him. Sadly, there were not very many enemies around this corner, but we still managed to pick off a couple of players, which is all you can really hope for with the Kritzkrieg. It is not a very big like saver. I mean, it charges up really fast. If you feel the need to pop it, just pop it. It's better than dying with it. Your team will thank you in the long run. Now I see that they're coming up behind the cart. I figure I might as well get near this cart because we cannot let them push this. And then they come in with their Uber charge. I figured that maybe I can pick off the medic, so I'm going after him, letting my team know I do eventually get the medic. So their crits are down, their medic's down, and if I can escape, we'll have a medic up. But sadly, I get shot in the back by the scout here. which, you know, I expected. I was pushing way too far ahead. I was being a bit battle medic, but I did pick off their medic, so it was in the long run worth it. Cut off their uber charge time as well. So I'm watching my team here, trying to figure out where would be the best place for me to get to, because I have to heal up my team. But back to the point of the medic, you definitely want to be in direct communication at all times, and you also want to let your teammates know who you're going to heal, because if there's two people in front of you on low health and there's enemies coming, tell one dude to retreat and say that I'm going to heal this guy and I can't heal you both. I'm sorry, I don't, you know, if you have the quick fix, you can do it, but with any other medigun, you're definitely not going to be able to heal them up fast enough. You need to let them know to retreat, because if you do not, then they're both going to stand there, and you're either going to have them both die, or one of them is going to die, and they're not going to really, you know, they're not going to trust you, and you want your team to trust you as a medic. You want them to know that if they fall back, and there's enemies chasing them, that they will be healed up, and they will be able to return fire, and they will be able to have the health to sustain damage, which is why you see my team running right back into me, and the second they're healed up, they run right back into battle, because they know the second that they call for medic, that I'm going to be there to heal him. See, this guy runs back, and the second he sees that I'm healing him, he runs right back forward. My team knows that I'm there to heal him, and they know that I'm going to support them. Now, I finally got Kritz Creek here, and I'm trying to decide when to pop it. I figure I'll pop it on this guy, and maybe we can get a couple kills. I'm waiting for him to push forward. He finally pushed forward. We push forward. They counter Uber. I thought they had crits, because the last time they pushed him with crits, it completely caught us off guard. It was a great move by them. They easily dropped me, which makes us have one medic down with 14 seconds, sadly. And I apologize if this is a bit repeaty, and it's kind of all over the place. It's because this is my first ever gameplay commentary, and I figured that I might start a series like this. I might not. It might be a little weekly thing. It might not. I'm not sure. But I do know that it would be really fun to do, and it's good, you know, to always just get out there and tell people better tips about medics. Not that, you know, medics are a very difficult class per se, but it's not difficult to play. It's more difficult to the fact that you have to learn how to communicate with your team, and you have to learn who to heal, when to heal, who to crits, and when to crits, or when to uber. Because if you see a heavy taking on a uber charged medic and heavy, most medics will try to run to that heavy and heal him, but if he's already low, he's dead anyway, and you're just going to get in the crossfire, and you're going to die as well. It'd be better to just retreat and find some teammates to back you up. And I do not mainly run the Blutsauger because I would like to dish out damage, and it's the best battle medic weapon. I usually use it for when I have to fight, last case scenarios. Here I also asked my team if they want crits or uber. They decided they want the uber for the end, so I decided I'll switch over real quick, which now I have the medigun, the overdose, and the uber saw, which the overdose is going to give me that increased movement speed when I have my ubercharge percentage, which I see that there's a spy up here. I decided I can easily hit him and get some of that ubercharge percentage up, because with this medigun I do want to die a lot less, and I want to build uber a lot faster, because of the fact that I don't build it as fast with the Kritz Krieg, and the fact I'm going to save it up. But even though I'd already built to 40%, I once again get killed by the City Sleeper Sniper. But as I said, you got to make sure that you are 100% ready for anything if they dish out at you. You've got to know that, see, Sinclair here, he's doing a very good job dodging, but eventually he dies. I decide to heal the engineer, which not very many X would do, but I figure he is going to get that sentry gun up the second they stop this push, and he would have died without my healing, and now sentry gun's going up, meaning that we will have extra defense at this point. Now I'm warning my team there's a scout up there trying to take down the sentry gun, and then my team tells me back that they have taken him down. And so I decide I see another demo going up there, and I'm going to tell him, hey, I'm going to go up there and deal with that scout because I need to, and then I get the spy off guard. I easily get this engineer guard, and know that I need to get the melee hits. I see a demo man and a scout. I am not a combat class, and so I run out of there, but I do get picked off by another soldier that was not there. I should not have been up there, but at least I got rid of the spy, and I forced them to back off, giving my team ample time to come up there and take down a couple of them to stop them from taking down our sentry guns. So, the main thing that you want to do as a medic, in my opinion, is that when you get close to an enemy, if they are a soldier, I would say for most classes, except for scouts and pyros, you want to try to get as close as possible, and heavies obviously, you want to get as close as possible and uber saw them, because worst case scenario, you hit them a few times, and then you've got uber to use your uber and escape. Which, it's bad, but at least you're still alive, and at least you put in some damage. Now here I see them uber in here, and I'm just healing his pyro up. I'm asked the pyro, why didn't you push him back? I don't know if he didn't know or what, but it's a good next time I believe he does push him back, which is, it's always good to communicate with your team, because they won't, you know, if you tell them advice, they will usually follow it and help you out, because of the simple fact that you're there to heal them and give advice. You're not just there to heal and badger on them when they make mistakes. You're there to say, okay, well, that's fine, you did this, it's over now, but next time if you do this, it might have worked out better. And I get behind this demo man, and I already have Uber. I should not have done this. This was very, very risky, but I do manage to escape because of the fact that I had the overdose. I'm able to stay back, but then I believe the scout is rushing me, and then so is this, and I get crit rocketed out of nowhere. If it wouldn't have been for that crit rocket, I probably would have been able to stay there. The only reason I was really there is I thought the engineer was behind me building a sentry gun, and he was not, meaning that we were unable to have any more solid defense. So we finally get a heavy on our team, and there was a bit of like a laggy jump around here. I would say it was more the server, because I asked him, and it wasn't one of those things like the lag to a point where bullets were missing. It was more like you would see people slow down and freeze for half a second, and then they would skip forward. But I don't think it's too noticeable in this gameplay. So we start pushing back, trying to make sure that this cart's not touched. I finally get a heavy. I decide that I'm going to heal him up, because anyone on low HP definitely want to heal up, because of the fact that anyone that's not fully buffed, you will get your Uber charge faster, meaning that you definitely want to heal injured players and players that don't have a buff on them as much as possible. Right there, that really made me laugh, and so did my demo man. I saw that pyro come up. I believed him at first, and then I thought about it, and I was like, wait a minute, he's not doing anything. He's kind of running towards a sentry gun. And I run towards him, go for melee. He backs off of me and easily goes down the pit. And here they go, Ubering on. I'm saving my Uber, trying to make sure that we don't have to use it. I'm healing up this engineer. I don't know where he's going. I think he was a combat engineer. And I'm like, I still have Uber, and then I see this guy down here, and I was like, okay, well, we're going to go up there. I see that crit coming by. I thought it was going to hit me. I figured we might as well Uber. He doesn't have any ammo, so he decides to go for the bottle, and I tell him, we got to take down that teleporter, and just is what I mean by communication. He instantly stops chasing, and we all go for that teleporter, because I'm letting him know, hey, if we get a teleporter, we're going to have an advantage, and we do. You, as a medic, have got to be the communicator, because everyone else is way too focused on what they have to do. Engineers have to worry about spies and all kinds of other things. They don't have time to be wandering around. You, as the medic, it is your job to take care of the team. It is your job to make sure that they are all healed at all times. It is your job to usually look out for spies if possible, mainly the pyros, but I would say that right there, see, because if I wouldn't have gotten that spy, I wouldn't have gotten that extra 50% Uber, and now I'm ready to Uber again, so if they have any kind of pushes, we will be able to push back. But it is your job to let your team know.
Went straight into the pit off that sticky. That was awesome. Behind.
More observant on the battlefield than anyone else. You're out there with your team. You're out there in the middle of it always. Because, and if you're not, then you definitely need to get out there, because it's your job to heal. You're out there in the middle of the battle. You need to call out who's low, who's this, who's that, and let them know when you're going to Uber them, and let them know that you're ready. Like right here, I let them know that I'm Ubering. And we easily get in there. We get a few kills, but I believe we get taken down afterwards because we don't get the heavy. But as you see, we took down 2 sentries and some dispensers. I think we got a teleporter or 2. So that was very good of a push. And you just basically need to say, hey, let's take down this guy first. Let's take down that. I'm here. I'm there. You know, command your team. Let them know what needs to be done, and help them do it. You know, you are basically the leader of the team as a medic. You are the support class. You are there to support everyone. You are not a battle class. You are not a take control class. You are someone who's going to keep the team alive and let them know what needs to be done, what would be the best strategy, and, you know, take care of things. Like right here, I know they're going to push this cart, so I rush the cart. I easily take down the soldier from behind. And then our team's all rushing on it because I'm letting them know, hey, we need to stop this cart push. And because of that, we stopped. Because of me jumping onto the cart, we stopped them. So it's not always about the healing either. It's about when you have to fight, but it's not something you should always try to do. You need to do it in strides. But sadly, we eventually do lose this game. And it was a very good and fun, close match. And that is it for my first gameplay commentary ever. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you leave a like if you liked it, or dislike if you didn't, and I hope you comment telling me what I can do better next time. So, take care.